the Amazonians pledge their loyalty. Praise to our Savior who granted us the freedom. Allegiance to the hero who fought along we gather. Glory to glory, we rise and never to fall. Here in a nation flowing with and holy. Glory, glory, glory to the Father for making you a nation, a joy forevermore. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation.
Fellow Amberlanders, fellow Egg of Seas, I bring you revolutionary greetings. Today is a very important day in our revolution. And from the heart of our revolutionary resistance, your leader, Dr. Lucas Ayaba, and Commander-in-Chief of the Ambazonian Defense Forces, is addressing the people of Ambazonia on a matter of utmost national urgency, the official launch of the Hold the Line mobilization campaign. Yes, I said the official launch of the Hold the Line mobilization campaign. Amberlanders, this is not just a call to action. This is a call to honor, a call to defend, and a call to secure the future of our homeland and our children. In the face of Cameroon's genocidal violence and international silence, we have survived because our brave fighters have held the lines, because they have sacrificed, and because they have shown unwavering patriotism to this cause. But survivor, ladies and gentlemen, is not enough in a fight like ours. This is the time for us to win. This is the time to win. Amberlanders, as your leader comes out to talk to you today, I call on us all to listen keenly to his words. His determination to see Ambazonia free, even from the very heart or the dungeons of Norway. His willingness to sacrifice even himself to see a free homeland equited to our children and their children. Fellow Amberlanders, this campaign, Hold the Line, is about more than just gratitude. It is a challenge to every Ambazonian across the globe. If your freedom matters to you, if you hunger freedom, if you desire to see a free homeland, Amberlanders, now is the time. Now is the time for you to prove that hunger. It's a time for you to prove that desire to see a free homeland. We've had people sacrifice resources, their time, and everything to see that our homeland is liberated from the scorched-earth policies of Cameroon. And now again, the president is coming out to talk to you about the need to mobilize and fund this campaign, the Hold the Line. So, Amberlanders, let us come together. Let us give like never before. Let us hold the line like our fighters are doing on a daily basis on Ground Zero. Let us fund the resistance and let us own our freedom. I want to appreciate you all for this moment as I hand you over to the leader of the Amazonian War of Liberation. Thank you very much for your kind attention, and over to you, Mr. President.
My fellow Agosis, fellow Ambalanders, members of the Community Forum of all Amazonian Governing Council fora, this is your president. All una place day. I've never really thanked you people all for holding the line for Amazonia. I have never been able to pen down enough thank you to the millions of our people, the tons of individuals, those who even disagreed with me, those who've accepted my leadership, who have stood firm since I was arrested. I have also avoided talking about this issue. I know you people understand. My words carry consequences, enough consequences, and so I want to make sure that whatever I say does not affect Amazonia in a negative way. I'm here on behalf of everyone, so the worst nightmare would be to have anybody fall into any problem. But everything is good. Everything is good, and so everybody should remain focused. My fellow Agosis, fellow Amazonians, as I said in my last outing, we are at war with a fascist state. We are at war with a state that is committing genocide against our people and has committed genocide against its own people. Our right to self-preservation must be exercised through our right to self-defense. That is the only way we can survive beyond the junta. We must continuously be the primary investors in our own freedom in order to own the outcome. The world is in a shaky place, and Amazonia presents itself as an example that will be rooted in a foundation of an economic doctrine that is going to take into consideration both the global and the local economic, political, and social situations. I'm very proud that our generation is the generation that is not only talking about freedom, is not only developing policies on how to achieve that freedom, but is ensuring that once that freedom is achieved, we will make good use of it. For the past 8 years of combat, the Amazonian forces have eliminated 1/3 of Cameroon forces in Amazonia, at about 1,500 men. We have lost about 2,500 fighting Amazonian soldiers. Our forces are still holding the line, and we have an obligation to continuously invest for the defense of our land, for the protection of the Amazonian population, and to safeguard the lives of our soldiers. That is why the chairman of the Defense Council and his team are launching this campaign, termed Hold the Line campaign. This is very significant. When we say hold the line, it is because we understand the basic we can do is to hold the line. Because geopolitically and internationally, things are aligning in favor of Amazonia. We have done the analysis, and we are very confident that if we simply hold the line, things will work in our favor. We should have no fear. Things will be tough. No, there is a guy, he was born in 1890. 2 years after his country was invaded and conquered. He was expelled from school. He was earmarked for arrest. Finally went into exile in 1911. He worked on a French liner on a French ship. He worked as a pastry chef in New York, shoveled snow in London, After 30 years in exile, he began the resistance against the occupier of his country and a collaborationist state. 4 years later, he proclaimed the freedom of his people. This story should let each and every one of you know that the journey and story of others who made it, the history of countries occupied and free, must inspire each and every one of us. As I said, my people, I want you all to help mobilize the $50,000 that the War Council has set out. I also have another ask. I will be 53 years on the 11th of August. It falls on a country Sunday. I am asking all of my warriors, those who have faith in me, those who have faith in Ambazonia, to help me mobilize another $30,000. I want to offer this to our people in a special way. I think you will be proud when you offer me this gift for me to re-offer it to our people. What is needed at this particular moment is our commitment to resource mobilization. As I turn 53, I am proud to be a leader that will not blink, will not flinch, will not compromise on the outcome of freedom in Ambazonia's independence. As I said, we are in a good place geopolitically. We are in an even better place internationally. Internally, Cameroon is disintegrated. I was notified of the resignation of Bello Buba and the other gentleman, I think Bakari, of the northern part of Cameroon. The east, that is very close to the south, is also up in arms because the people has been abandoned. That is in proximity to Central African Republic, that is in chaos. The northern part of Cameroon is up in arms because of the attitude of the criminal cartel from Bomeka. Internationally, the world is moving away gradually from the much touted globalization that facilitated the movement of goods and services. They have realized that nationalism in strengthening the local is very important for the global to be sustainable. And this gradual movement from a nationalistic international sphere is very favorable to Ambazonia. We must also take note that 3 of the countries that were excluded from entering into the United States geopolitically are close to Cameroon, mostly Francophone states. Gabon has been taken over by the military. Now there has been an election there. Central Africa is in chaos. Chad is in chaos. Niger, that provided security in the northern part of Cameroon with the Bono state where the Boko Haram is existing, has moved away. Niger provided the most lethal fighting force against Boko Haram. And you realize that Boko Haram is building momentum again. Don't forget, Boko Haram has been highly supported by individuals in the Nigerian government. So geopolitically, we are in a good state. Not because we are fighting for independence, because historically, Ambazonia has presented itself as an anchor for the values of democracy, freedom, compromise, tolerance, and economic development that benefits our people. We must also take note, the world is moving away from these tyrants, criminals like Mr. Biya, the Owonas, the Atanganjis, who have nothing to offer. The world is moving towards innovation, mining of data that is used for economic development, to predict diseases, to be able to amass wealth for people. You have petty criminals and tyrants who have taken over state for over 60 years and committed genocide. And so tyranny has no more appetite as we move forward. Tyranny also is a threat to key issues. Self-determination. Self-determination underpins international law principles of territorial integrity and sovereignty. And self-determination for Ambazonia is very critical. My people, you have done well for me and you've done well for our people. And I shall not flinch from the path or undermine the covenant. I shall not blink away from the goal or betray you who live. You will suffer in chains. You will lie in unmarked graves for the millions of our people who hope for a tomorrow. I shall breathe my last breath as Ambazonian. That's not a promise but a blood commitment, because freedom and independence you shall get. Liberation from occupation and tyranny you shall get, not because you are powerful or because our cause is just, but because tyranny, like occupation, thrives on arrogance, which is an endangered value system. And because our enslaver, and take note, our enslaver has no alternative it can swallow without putting its very existence in peril. One day, my people, when the shadowy sun sets on those whose silence legitimize and normalize our occupation, enable massacres, the burning of our homes and villages, the mass arrest and detention of our people, it will usher in a new day, a new era, one made possible because you never gave up, because like a brave soldier, you held the line for Ambazonia. My fellow citizens, fellow soldiers of the revolution, I want you to help mobilize this amount of money for our soldiers, for the defense of our land, the territorial integrity of Ambazonia, the sovereignty of our country, our civilian population. I had written something. Do you remember the 2 cubes of sugar that defy the laws of nature, refuse to dissolve, refuse to sink? It still floats amidst a raging storm in the wilderness of a turbulent sea, hoping to find a safe harbor to dock. Bewildering it seems, but by not giving up, it floated its way to a safe landing when most thought it was too risky and dangerous to be at sea in the first place. Welcome to Ambazonia, the 2 cubes of sugar that defy the laws of nature. God bless you all.
Hail this land of glory, we the Ambazonians pledge our loyalty. Praise to our Savior who granted us our freedom. Allegiance to the hero who called the land we gather. Glory to glory, we rise and never to fall. Here in a nation flowing with earth and holy. Glory, glory, glory to the Father for making you a nation, a joy forevermore. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our need, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our need, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation.